Yes, people, welcome back to the Ratcave. It's Ratzi here as per, but I am joined today by the main man, Sami from Pioneer. What a handshake.
Solid
slap there, mate. Sami, you are here. Welcome back to the Ratcave. First Sami Ratcave of 2020 with the brand new The Beast, the Pioneer DJM-V10 6-channel bad man, bad boy mixer. With all the whistles and bells and all that jazz.
Solid summary.
Solid. Cut the video. Let's go. So I caught up with Rob Anderson, over in California at the NAMM show. Went through this V10 with him over there. But on the Pioneer stand, it was buzzing. There was loads of stuff going on. There was music playing. We did a really good overview of it, which will be in the link. I'll put a link in the description of this video, guys, if you want to watch that. But we didn't really we only really spoke about it and its features. We didn't really get the chance to do play on it or have any examples of the sounds or the new effects or all of this kind of all the bits that are now on this mixer. So what I wanted to do with you today is go through all of them and actually what this mixer's for, basically, because we've got it here with the flagship CDJ 2000 Nexus 2 and the DJS 1000, which is more of a production
DJ sampler,
the sampler,
and a hybrid between the SB16 and a CDJ.
That's right, and you've brought in that cute little
Boss digital delay DD8.
There you go.
And I'm using that to show the send and return on the external one. Yeah,
that cute little pedal over there.
Cute little thing there.
Yeah, right. So, mate, let's hop straight into it. Like I said, we I did the kind of overview and all of that kind of stuff, the ins and outs with Rob. But do you want to just give a brief little pitch about the V10?
Yeah. So the V10, obviously, it's been covered feature-wise in the previous video.
Yeah.
Just to recap, 6-channel mixer. 4-band EQ, lots of send and returns. It's a mixer that allows you to get really creative with your mixing. Mm-hmm. The first thing I want to jump on and start with is actually what I would do when I walk into the club and I'm playing on a V10 mixer.
Right.
Because as you know, Ratzi, when I go and play out, I have all my settings saved to my USB. So when I load it on my CDJ, the CDJ is exactly the same way as I have it at home. We've now implemented the same thing on the V10 mixer, meaning I can save my settings to my flash drive.
Yeah.
And with the multi in and out, I'm able to load my settings to the mixer. So previous to this session, I've changed a few settings in here, and when I load it, you're going to see the change instantly on the screen.
Yeah.
Which is a great addition, just because for me personally, this is such a big mixer with lots of settings in there
going on. Yeah.
The last thing you want to do is walk into a club and then be tweaking everything
all the
just
way
for
that you
play.
want. Yeah.
So now, by placing your USB in the multi in and out, I'm going to get a prompt on the screen to say push the button on the right hand corner. Push that, my USB there, I press OK, and I've now loaded my settings to the mixer. As you can see, I've made the screen go into white mode, which is the daytime mode, just to show the transition from one to the other.
Yeah, and that's a new feature. That
is a new feature, yeah. So another reason why I want to highlight it, so we have the daytime mode on the V10.
Yeah.
But I will revert back to the original screen by pressing the cogwheel, using my scroller down here, going down to brightness, and then select 5, and then OK, and then I'm back to my original screen.
Yeah, I think that's probably a bit of show off better on the
100%.
camera.
So for filming purposes, we keep it on the black, but just so you can see how we load the settings in very easily.
Mate, that came up straight away, and then so what it would be is spending a little bit of time, one time only, getting all of your settings, all of your preferred settings that you like, and then saving them onto the drive.
Yeah, just to show also actually, so we've changed the screen, but if I click on here again, and then you've got load stored beat effect settings as well. Once you've loaded these up, if I go into my echo, my low frequency will be deselected. And I've set that previously
that's
before.
how you like it.
And that's how I like it.
Yeah.
So I can do that to every single 14 beat effects and really go in there and set the parameters of my effects before I'm mixing.
Yeah, awesome. So it's like a little bit of like, a bit like with Record Box, a bit of preparation, how you prepare your tunes and stuff.
Yes.
Prep your mixer, save it to the drive, and then it prompts you, and then you bang, and then you're ready to rock. Which is a massive time saver because, like you said, there is loads of going on this. So
yeah, before we move on from the screen, actually, I just want to highlight one thing. A lot of people have asked where you would change your crossfader curve or your channel fader curve, because there's not a hardware button on the mixer.
Yeah.
It's now located within the screen in the settings, and that's just here. So if I press that, two options there.
It's got your channel or your crossfader, yeah.
Just straight in the screen. So we used to have a switchboard on the mixer on like a 900 Nexus 2, and now it's located within the screen. So it's just a small thing I wanted to highlight, just so people know it is still embedded within the mixer.
Yeah, cool. So like, yes, even scratch DJs can have their fader cut and all that stuff.
Yes.
And actually, just going over. I've just noticed there. Yeah, it's still
got the mag fader.
Still a mag fader in there. So yeah.
So any scratch DJs that are thinking about it, it's still got the mag fader for you. So
yeah, perfect
for the scratch DJs.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, mate. Right, let's go through all the bits and bobs then, shall we? So
cool. We could kind of start from the kind of top, working our way down. Well, at the minute, we're just going to be highlighting the key features to kind of hear what the mixer sounds like.
Yeah. Because I said it at the start. If you want to know all the full features, hit up the other video, which is linked in the description of this one, which is me and Rob Anderson at the NAMM show. So yeah, let's go through the key features and actually hear them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the first thing I would like to just kind of cover is the compression. It's like a production element that we've added to the mixer.
I think it is, for me, I think that's the compression is probably the best thing, the best new additive to this mixer.
Cool.
It's ridiculous. I'm ruining the surprise already. Show the people what it does, mate. Show the people what it sounds like.
So like where you would use this traditionally in loads of different ways. You could use this when you're bringing a vinyl setup. It's going to boost those vinyls, make them sound a lot more beefier to stand against your master tunes from 2020. Or for something like this, which is your DJS-1000, all the samples on here aren't mastered. So it's a great way to show the compression in use. So
yeah, well, just without going too much off course, Sammy, do you want to just quickly say what this DJS-1000 is for? Like, it's basically to...
It's a live DJ sampler. So I can, through my send and return, I can record an element of this track into one of these pads, and then I can go in there and use all the different elements that we have within the unit itself.
There's samples built into it already, so basically you can create
there's 2
a whole
gigabytes
song
worth of loop samples, loop master samples built into the unit.
But you can put your own samples in there as well. So
via USB.
So for example, for any producers out there who have made a full tune, they can break it down into stems and play the whole tune live by triggering the stems off using the pads.
And then you've got your 16 step sequencer at the bottom.
Yeah.
And then we have your pitch fader and then your cue and play here, which is like the CDJ elements.
Yeah.
And this is allowing you to cue your tune in and set the pitch of your tune as well.
Yeah, it's mega. But in terms of like what you just said then, so the built-in samples, they aren't mastered.
They're not mastered,
you know, so to create a sort of, so say you're playing a tune on here, for example, and then you add in an extra drum beat on this, those drums might be a little more quiet or whatever, and this is where the compressor comes in.
And it's just going to beef that sound up.
Yeah.
You're going to hear that when I play it now, actually. So this is the track playing with no compression. And then when I bring the compression up, you're going to hear a massive difference. And you kind of hit the threshold at about 12 o'clock.
Okay.
And as you can hear, it's a lot more beefier. And then, so if we play it against another tune without compression, you're going to hear the difference as well. Yep. So what I'll do, I'll play it without the compression, with both of the tunes playing together, and then I'll add the compression so you can see it matching the master tune.
Perfect. So this on the channel 2 here, this is the tune which has been mastered, which you can hear it sounds really good, sounds perfect. But then over on that DJS-1000,
these sounds haven't been mastered, and as you can see, there's quite a big difference. So I'm going to switch it back, add the compression, and then do the switch again, and then you're going to hear them pretty similar levels of volume.
Yeah, and do you know what? Something you can completely hear the difference on them, but something which is really interesting as well is like looking at the LEDs. The compressor doesn't actually increase like the volume.
Yeah, so you give the perceivedness that it's getting louder, and it has minimal effect on the master as well, which is great.
It sounds louder, it's more beefy, but a compressor isn't the same as a trim.
No,
and a trim isn't the same as the volume. Like, so yeah, it kind of still stays the same level, but just adds all like a bit more beef in the bottom and a bit more this and that to the tops, and like just makes it sound better in the mix, basically. And
if you look at these levels here, as you can see where they're peaking up to 6 dB, and you can see them, the highest point is peaking at a 6, and when I bring that compression in, it kind of holds it at 6 rather than peaking up to 6. So it's bringing the quieter sounds in the tune, and bringing them up to match the higher kind of frequencies in the tune. Yeah, for sure. And worth to note as well at this point, just because we're looking at the LEDs, you know, you've changed the color of the LEDs on this V10 compared to the green, yellow, and red of the 900 Nexus. Yeah. So if you push that, and then it will then little bit of red at the top. Little bit of just one. Once you get to 12, then it will start peaking at red. Yeah. Stay out of the red, gang. It's not good. Stay out of the red. Red lights are for ladies of the night. It's for Amsterdam. Amsterdam, indeed. Yeah. So yeah, that's the compression. Absolutely, like I said, brilliant additive from you guys. I love that because it, like you said, I think in 2020, 2019, like songs are mastered a lot louder these days compared to back in the day, and especially if you're playing on vinyl or something like that. You know, rather than losing quality by having to boost up the trim or whatever, you're using that compressor and you're getting a lot more of a beefier sound, a better sound. It's a production tool, and it's what you would use in production. Yeah, and to have this on a mix like this is a great addition. Yeah. So moving down from that, we now have our filter section. We have a designated pot for our low pass and high pass filter, giving us double the resolution as we did on our DJM 900 Nexus 2. Mm-hmm. So let's go in there and see what they sound like. I'll first start on the low pass filter. Now the high pass. Nice, I like that little. There you go. Yeah. So we've also got the resonance in there as well, which is adding to your filters as well. So if I put the resonance up to max, you almost get more of like a flanger kind of. Kind of sound. And I'm going to do it on the minimum. That's more like just turning the volume down, So the great thing about it is like your minimum, the minimum starts at like say 7 o'clock and your max is 5 o'clock. Yeah. As I said before, giving you double the amount of resolution that you had on the 900 Nexus 2, which means you can fine tune your filters a lot more better. Yeah. But the difference as well between the 900 is the filters now start down the bottom. And you turn them up like that, whereas not at 12 o'clock. Whereas on like they would start at 12 o'clock on the on the 900. Which so it's just a lot more detailed on the filter section. And more dedicated. All right, cool, mate. So dedicated filter for each of the 6 channels. Yep. And then we'll drop down to this send section, which is one of the most exciting parts of the mixer for me. This is completely new for us. You would usually find our sound color effects here. But we've now added a send section. So there's 2 areas in this. There's built-in and there's external. There's 4 built-in effects and then 2 options to add external devices from the back of the unit. Mm-hmm. With your built-in, you have 4 parameter pots. You have feedback size, time, tone, and master mix level. Let's go in there and have a little listen to what they sound like. This is where it all gets a little bit in-depth, like kind of vibes, because for people that are used to the 900, so I keep comparing this to the 900, but it's naturally going to happen. It's a completely just to highlight, guys, I know Rob mentioned this at the start of the video. The 900 Nexus 2 is still going to sit firmly in the clubs. It's industry standard. Yeah. this mixer is something new for us. A lot of things that we haven't had on previous mixers, because it's potentially reaching out to an audience that wouldn't normally buy into the DJM-900 Nexus 2.
Sure.
There's many people, 4-band EQ is key for some people.
Yeah.
It's a game breaker. So the fact that we've got the 4-band EQ on this mixer, hopefully it might appeal to like a few more people that wouldn't normally look at the 900 Nexus 2.
Yeah, okay.
And this send section is definitely an area that they will like, with a send pot for each channel.
Yeah.
So let's go in there and actually have a listen to what these sound like. We'll go through all of them. We'll start at short delay.
So yeah, as you can see, guys, like it's the same kind of as using the filter, like the filter knobs, but yeah, you select your short delay, and then
you use the send to send the effects, and then at the minute it's coming out the master, and then I can start using my parameters to changing the effect. So as you can see, I'm sending it, I've got full send, and I'm going to change the feedback, max feedback, minimal, you got time.
that was nice, like that.
And you've got tone, which kind of sounds like a bit of a low pass and a high pass.
Yeah.
And then what this master mix level is, so with this master mix button on, the send is going to be coming out the master. When I take that off, the send won't come out the master, and we have a little listen just so you can see. Nothing happens. With it on,
Yep.
off. And the reason why nothing's happening is because I'm now going to tell the mixer to send the signal to one of my channels. So I'm going to look at a free channel, which will be number 6. And on my switch pot, I've got loads of different options. And I've got the option to have my built-in to return through one of my channels. So when I play it now, and I send the effect,
It's
I'm
coming
now
through channel 6.
returning it back through channel 6. And the benefits of this are, you get 4-band EQ, you got your filter, and you can apply a beat effect to what you're sending, or for what you're returning to the mixer. So returning your built-in effect on another channel allows you to go a lot more in detail around your EQing, like I say, your filters, and adding a beat effect. Really cool way of using the sends.
Yeah, it just like as if all of that wacky stuff over here wasn't enough. You can then add all of these bits and bobs to it as well. But that is the kind of that's the kind of like the way that this mixer is. You know, there's so much that you can do on it. You can really go in depth. I mean, this mixer is like, it's made for real techie heads and real...
For sculpting your sound, basically.
Sculpting the sound, and production heads who know their way, they know what they want to do, people that want to perform, like the perfect match, really. Obviously, perfect match with any CDJ anyway, but a real good match with this kind of...
is the
like,
DJS-1000. Yeah, it works very well with this mixer. And when you're adding hardware to your setup and you're doing more of a live setup, this is a great addition to add to the booth.
Yeah.
Because you feel like you've got that DJ side of it, but then it's got a lot of production elements in here as well.
For sure.
So let's just have, I've covered short delay and using it on the master, and then also returning it onto another channel.
Yeah.
Now let's just have a listen to see what the rest of them sound like.
Yeah, for sure. So this is the long delay. All post fader, which is nice. Trippy, man. Trippy. So yeah, dub echo next. Reverb. That's a really nice reverb. And yeah, all all post fader, as you can hear there, guys. It's how it's still kind of going.
So we've gone through the built-in effects. Now I'm going to quickly jump over to the external. So on external 1, I've gone through send and return, and that's connected to my DDA digital delay, which is a Boss pedal. So the reason why I've got a delay on external is because within built-in, if I select short delay, I can only pick one or the other. So I can't pick short delay and dub echo at the same time, or short delay and reverb. But with your externals, you can double them up with your built-in. So I can use the delay from the pedal and double it up with the reverb.
So yeah, basically you've got the reverb going on through the mixer, but then you've also got the effects coming through from that pedal. So that's the way that you can use more than one of these send and returns at once. So it doesn't have to be a pedal necessarily. It could be another effects unit.
That has a send and return on it, and you can route it through the mixer. And then on my switch pots at the top, I can choose to have my external 1 going through a channel as well, my built-in going through another channel, or on channel 1 and channel 6, you can have your built-in, external 1 and external 2 all coming through the same channel.
Mad.
So it's all returning through the same channel, which is just crazy. And just to mention, guys, I'm doubling up external 1 and reverb. If I had an external 2 connected, say another pedal, I could triple up. So I can double up my 2 externals and then add 1 built-in at the same time.
Mind blown.
Mental, which just like creativity is just bleeding out of this mixer.
Yeah, for sure.
Whoever's jumping on it, you can come up with some really cool blends and just some really cool stuff with this mixer. So moving on from our sends, we're going to jump over to our beat effects and check out Shimmer, which is a new addition to the beat effects family. Yeah,
I noticed it. I noticed it on there.
Before we actually show what it sounds like, just want to highlight that we have a new way of assigning your beat effects. So instead of using a switch pot, we now have a hardware button that turns red and flashes.
Yeah, I think that's a really good thing to have the beat effects like
a physical hardware button,
because it saves you from sort of ticking around that little thing there. But also, if you want to have the effects on like all of the tracks, say, then you can actually assign it to the master over here as well.
Which is wicked, yeah.
Yeah. Really nice. But I want to hear what this Shimmer sounds like, mate, because this is I haven't actually heard this yet. This is the new effect from Pioneer. So yeah.
Let's give it a go then. So this is almost like a reverb and an echo together.
Yeah.
And it's creating subtle overtones.
Now it's just showing off, mate.
So that is the Shimmer.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, like spot on. I think it sounds like an echo and a reverb kind of put together.
I'm really interested to see what the DJs kind of come up with this new beat effect.
Yeah, for sure. And then like you kind of touched on it about your preference settings, but with the beat effects as well, you've got the low, mid, and high. Which
the high deselected.
Yeah.
So what that means, guys, is that means this beat effect is only affecting the low and the mids.
Yeah, exactly.
And it won't affect the high.
Yeah. So another thing new on this V10 is this isolator section up here.
Yes. Free band EQ on the master.
Yeah. So I mean, do you want to just give everyone an example of how that can be used?
Yeah, so I would. There's loads of different ways you can use this to sculpt the room that you're playing in. But how I would use it is more in a live setup. So if I had a track going, and if I was like having a build up with another tune, obviously I've only got one hand at the moment, so it's slightly limited. But imagine another tune's building up, and you wanted to kind of make the build more epic. But I've got 3 or 4 tunes going that are all EQ'd, but I just want to cut the low. I use the button on the top to turn the isolator, activate it on, and then I literally just
So yeah, basically what this is in a nutshell is 3-band EQ for the whole master. So that will EQ everything that you've got playing coming through. Say you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 channels playing at once. You can cut the bass down from all 4 channels at once.
All
just
4
by doing
channels.
that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
also this
layman's terms, it's 3-band EQ for the master, but it's got full kill.
These are our full kills as well.
Yeah.
So if we quickly highlight that as well. So
yeah, that's it. It's done. Yeah.
But then on the same time, the reason why these are full kills is because on our 4-band EQ, we have 2 pots on here that aren't full kills. So low is a kill, high is a kill, high mid and low mid have their own custom curve.
Okay.
So if you want to go for the complete kill, then you jump over to your isolator and that will kill the mix completely.
So I mentioned, at the start, like there was 2 kind of things which I love about this mixer. The compressor or compression is like one of them, but the other thing, kind of simple, and I just don't know why like this hasn't been done already, if I'm honest, is the dual headphones. So on the like 900, you've got 2 headphone spots, 1/4 inch and a 3.5mm, but on this V10, you can actually cue with 2 different headphones. You can listen to different
independent
cues.
monitoring.
Yeah, which is perfect for I suppose this is great for you because you play in a back-to-back.
Yeah, we're not even back-to-back. So like we always, I'm in a drum and bass duo, and we always kind of say.
Yeah, you've
like,
never mentioned that.
We're called S9 if anyone wants to research them. But a lot of people see DJs going back-to-back as in like, I'm on the mixer for 5 minutes, I turn away, the Ratzi jumps on for 5 minutes, I unplug my headphones.
Yeah.
Where I actually DJ with my friend Lewis, so we both got our headphones plugged in.
Mm-hmm.
On the 4-channel mixer, I have 2 channels, he has 2 channels, and we are literally DJing at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm mixing into his tunes, he's mixing into my tunes. With this new addition to the V10, it's an absolute blessing, and it just makes the way we DJ now a lot more seamless because I have independent queuing. So I'm on A, Ratzi's on B. We don't have to now listen to the same track when we're queuing up.
Yeah. So if I'm queuing in, say I'm mixing into channel 4, you're mixing into 1, 2, and 3. I'm on 4, 5, and 6. Your headphone A, so that's the big one there. Headphone B is this little one here. I don't want to listen to what you're mixing because it's, it clashes what I'm mixing. So I can literally listen to independent cues. So headphone A slot is here and headphone B slot is down here.
At the front.
And there's 1/4 inch and 3.5 on both of them.
And also, just sorry, Ratzi, to cut you off there. But, another thing I'd like to mention about the headphone section is if I turn up to the gig and I've got £400 headphones, poor Ratzi over here,
behave yourself.
He's only got £50 headphones. So when we're using the same cue buttons, he has his level sitting at 1 o'clock in the morning, and it is literally killing my ears.
That's not because my headphones are bad. That's because I'm deaf, mate. I've been doing this for a while.
So the beauty is now of the V10, Ratzi can have his at 2, 3, 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I can...
Full whack, mate.
Full whack.
Italian family, man.
I have my own independent levels here for my own headphones, and that's a great addition as well. So you've not just got your queuing for A and B, you've also got your independent levels as well for each headphones. Yeah.
So that, mate, is like, in a nutshell, the new features and kind of like my favourite features on this new DJM-V10. 6-channel, absolute beast. The sort of creative possibilities with this, especially when you're adding in extra bits and bobs,
externals.
Is just insane.
It's endless. Man. It's endless.
It's really great, and the sound on it sounds so crisp and clean. It's a beast of a mixer, mate. Yeah, really feel it. But mate, thank you as usual. Thank you so much for coming in and talking me through it, guys. If you have any more questions about this mixer, I'm pretty sure that there would be. Drop them in the comments. I'll try and get back to you. If I can't, I'll get in touch with Sami. If Sami can't, I'll get in touch with Rob. But yeah, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Peace.